Now, unfortunately for the Apostle Thomas, one of the 12 disciples of Jesus, he is best remembered throughout history as being the disciple who refused to believe in the resurrection of Christ unless he himself could see and touch the very wounds of Jesus. Now, before delving into that, here's two things that we should first know about Thomas. The first is that Thomas was extremely devoted to Christ. When Jesus told his disciples that he was going to go back and see his friend Lazarus, the disciples interpreted that as a death wish, because not too long prior to that, the religious leaders of that area had tried to kill Jesus. And yet it was Thomas, not Peter, not John, or any of the other disciples, who said that basically, if Jesus was going to go there and die, they might as well all go and die with him. The second thing about Thomas was that he was the sort of guy who would ask the questions which everyone else was thinking, but were too afraid to ask. When Jesus was telling them that he was going to die but then come back, it was Thomas who confessed that, well, he didn't really have a clue what Jesus was even talking about. Now, when it comes to this famous incident that earned him the dubious name Doubting Thomas, we need to keep in mind that he wasn't there the first time that Jesus appeared to the disciples. And at first, they didn't believe themselves. They thought they were seeing a ghost. It wasn't until Jesus showed them his wounds did they themselves actually believe. And when Thomas was able to see the wounds of Jesus for himself, he was fully committed. He was so convinced that Jesus had risen from the dead that church history says he took the gospel to India, where he died a martyr's death.